It's Week 12 of the NFL, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons, and it comes your way next.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense, and at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Ridder. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Ridder back to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Taking it about the 16. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had bodies.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. The Saints at 9-1 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Jackson on first down. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. And he is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.J. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. But they did get helped out by the open week last week. And in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward. And maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
On the play, it'll be second down. This defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Ritter throwing on third down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Running right, here's Brown. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Brown, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. A Ritter's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And you look at this Saints defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Ritter with it after the play fake. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a first down with a cherry on top. 31 yards.
Check right.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now we'll get a timeout as they tend to an injured player, and looks like that's their receiver, Christian Watson. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go.
Now a 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Ritter. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
For the field goal, a 54-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now a first carry for their fullback, and he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position, and on that play, he gained nice yardage.
They'll try for the first with Walker. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with 4th down and 1. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
On 2nd down, Evans looking for space. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. Where do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something to develop slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Atlanta regains possession of the football. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Ritter to throw it. Short throw to Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kene Nwangu punching it in from a yard away. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Moody good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
On the double.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Ritter will set up to throw it. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with Patterson. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. Take it in at the 11. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's a punt return of 89 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Now Moody for the PAT. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Cycle. Black swap.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Opposite. Green. Yellow.
Back to throw. Ritter. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Ritter now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ready.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again. And instead, it works opposite.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be Falcon football. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ritter off the play fake.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Set, ready.
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw complete there to Smith.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
For the Falcons field goal, a 30-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
1 second, all that remains.
Always got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Sam Howell, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, Well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On second down, here's the Wonder. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Third and 12.
Hey, report.
Here's Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Brought down on the play by Amani Hooker.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On second down, a run with Patterson. Oh, nice move at midfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes a little tread left on the tires.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Come on, set.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Yellows, Lonnie, check white, Smith red.
They'll go again with Patterson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once.
And he loses the football a second time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They go play action now. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he goes out right around the 39. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down. It's a gain of 7 on 4th and 4. Up the middle, Nwangu. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Play fake. It's Haener. And that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
4th down, here's Jackson, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at the 34. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. Able to fight through Cordero Patterson. Still on his feet. Cordero Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson. 66 yards. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Out of the gun, a give to Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now Jackson on second down. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
A 5-yard pickup on the play, and it's 3rd down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the... Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player. And not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They're going to run with Taysom Hill. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Saints are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. He's going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's Ritter. throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
Check pink, opposite, green, yellow, lining.
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And Lance now to throw.
That one complete to Hill. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. On 2nd down, it's Walker. 72 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tano Passanio able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Here's Bradley Pena now. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. This is Hamler on the receiving end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And it's 3rd down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Pressure comes and down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ritter on 1st and 10. Goes right back to Smith again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Working from the gun, Ritter. He's got Patterson on the out route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the Saints' 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To the air again, it's Ritter. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Saints, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the